Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Okay, today I want to make a real simple little statement. Don't do any more work than you got to. And the reason I'm bringing this up is I had a conversation with a young man just the other day, and what he was showing me was where he had gone out and he had made himself a little pot hanger and put his pot hanging over a fire to do him a bushcraft cup of coffee. And I respected that. I understand what he was doing, except the pole he was using was about 2.5 inches in diameter, and with all the lashing and hooking and everything he did, had that been a permanent camp, yeah, I could see it, but it wasn't. And so he had spent 30 minutes making up a pot hanger. There's no need to do any more work than that you need to. Conserve your energy, conserve your calories. Now this is a little bitty old, less than 1/2 inch, probably like, yeah, definitely less than 1/2 inch diameter, little bitty sapling. All I've done is knock the nubs off of it. Now what this is going to do is I'm going to sharpen one end. And all I'm going to do for that is I'm going to lay it up here, I'm going to hook my gray man knife up on it, and I'm going to hold the knife steady and pull the work, just like this, until I make a rough point on one end. Doesn't have to be a razor point or anything, just something where I can stick it in the ground. There. Something like that. Okay. Now out here on the other end, I've got nubs I've left sticking up. That could be used right there to hold the pot. I don't have to do a whole lot more work to it. This will be stuck in the ground over. A convenient log or something be used to prop it up. And then the pot, with enough water in it to do a cup of coffee, will sit just like that. But Blackie, that's not very strong. It may sag a little. I'm holding this thing is about 8 feet long, and I am holding it strictly by the last 6 inches in my thumb. I think it can handle about a pound of pot water, you know, because I'm only going to make a cup of coffee. So therefore, that little nub will hold it. What if you have found I prefer to look for shed limbs instead of cutting something green. When you get to be my age, it kind of bothers you to kill something, even to kill a tree for no reason, you know. So if I see a shed limb, I'll grab it in preference to going and cutting a green sapling. But this has got pushed over here. It was going to die anyway, and so therefore I picked it up to task it into something. If I was not going to be using those nubs, let's say I got a nice smooth section, I'd put a simple pot hook on it. Now all I got to do is come up there, bear down and cut into it, and then cut a 7-notch real simply into it. Now hold away from me. Now I've got it basically started, and just push away from me like that. Cut into it, push down to the stop cut, bear down straight down at the stop cut, and make a little bitty notch in it. Something that wire bale can hook into, just like that. That's all you need to do. Smoothing it is kind of about being conservative at the same time. Conserving your energy, conserving your calories. Don't do any more work than is required for the job. Now, we're building a permanent camp. Yes, I will then look for a stick about 1 full inch in diameter, the proper length, and I will put notches, I'll put whatever on it, and that's going to be reused over and over and over again in our camp. Excuse me. And so therefore, that I would put the effort into. But something like this is going to be used, and as soon as we get done, this is going to be discarded, coffee's going to be drank, and I'm going to be back on the trail hiking. So this should not be a great deal of work to do it. I should be able to do it in 2 minutes tops. Pick up, make a couple of notches, knock the extra stuff off of it, and make a pot hanger. Simple and easy. I remember a statement attributed to George Washington's army. There was an individual on board that had a unique name, and that Washington had realized that the man was an efficiency expert. Now, to everybody involved, they always said he was the laziest man they ever saw. But Washington realized he was an efficiency expert, because if you need something done efficiently, they put him in charge of it. They put him to do it, and they put 2 people watching him so he didn't quit doing it. And then they'd get him to going. Well, over the course of an hour, he would start doing whatever let's say digging this ditch or whatever, and he would scoop this in a little bit closer, move this a little bit differently, and etc. And at the end of the hour, he was doing absolutely the minimum effort to do something. And Washington would then, after he had about an hour doing it, he would bring his best workers to watch him see what he's doing, because there'd be no wasted effort. And then he'd get them to mimic that guy. So, my advice for woodcraft and bushcraft: be lazy. Do only what's required. If it's something permanent, yeah, go more. But if it's something as simple as making a thing to make coffee with, don't do any more effort than you got to. Find what will do the job reliably. And like I said, holding on the narrow end of this, that thing holds out by itself. It isn't going to break with a little bitty pot of water on it. So therefore, it'll do the job. Hope you've enjoyed this, guys. If you have, hit that like, share, and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Till next time, guys, I'm Blackie, wishing you safe journeys. Have a great day, guys.